The price of greed is about three girls who sold their soul to the devil. What happened next will shock you, and these were their favorite words.
Money is sweet, shame to poverty.
In the heart of Lagos, Nigeria, where the hustle of life never stops, three girls found themselves caught in a dangerous web of temptation, greed, and the thirst for power. A small, rundown house in the city, three girls, Ada, Nkechi, and Ngozi, sit together, gossiping, laughing, and talking about their dreams. Ada, Nkechi, and Ngozi were close friends, bound by their desire to escape the struggle of life. Ada dreamed of luxury. Nkechi craved fame. Ngozi wanted nothing more than power to control her destiny. Ada, the most ambitious, grew up in a poor family with dreams of becoming a fashion mogul. Nkechi, born into a family of entertainers, dreamed of becoming a famous singer. Ngozi, from a humble background, saw wealth as the only way to secure her future. They all shared one thing in common: a deep-seated dissatisfaction with their lives. Little did they know that their paths were about to cross with forces far darker than they could imagine. A night out in the city, bright light, music blaring, and the streets alive with activity. The girls, now older, are at a local club, dressed to impress, surrounded by people. One evening, as the girls parted at a club, a mysterious figure approached them. His name was Ike, a man of wealth and influence. He saw potential in them, but for no good reasons. Ike was a middleman for wealthy men who desired the pleasures of the flesh, and he had an offer that was hard to refuse. Girls, I see you are looking for something more than this life had to offer. I can give you everything you want: money, fame, power, but it comes with a price. The girls exchanged curious glances. He offered them a chance to make quick money, the kind of money that would buy them the life they always dreamed of. All they had to do was to become high-end escorts for powerful men, but greed clouded their judgment and they accepted. The girls' new lifestyle: fast cars, designer clothes, lavish hotels. They began meeting wealthy men living in excess. At first, it seems like the perfect deal. They were paid handsomely, living a life most only could dream of. But the weight of their choices began to take its toll. The men they were meeting were not ordinary men. They were part of the secret society involved in ancient and forbidden rituals. The girls are invited into a lavish mansion for a special event. One night, Ike took them to a secluded mansion on the outskirts of the city. The air was thick with incense, the walls adorned with strange symbols. Inside, the wealthy men were gathered, but there was something different about the night. it wasn't just about money or lust. It was about power, the kind of power that could not be bought with just wealth. The girls are introduced to a priest, an elder in the occult society. Inside the room with the priest, he told them that money is the root of all desires, but to truly have it, to make it flow endlessly, there are rituals you must follow. These rituals can change your fate, but they come at a terrible cost. The girls, hungry for wealth beyond their wildest dreams, didn't hesitate. They agreed to participate in the rituals. The priest instructed them to perform a forbidden ceremony, one that required a life to be taken in exchange for immense wealth. The girls returned to their apartment, their mind clouded, their souls uneasy. The days following the rituals were filled with a strange euphoria. Money poured in every direction, and they basked in luxury they had always dreamed of. But the euphoria was short-lived. The price of their path began to manifest in ways they couldn't ignore. Each girl began to experience disturbing nightmares, strange vision, and sense of unease. Other, the ones the most ambitious, began to lose her sense of reality, haunted by the screams of the life they had taken. Nkechi, who had longed for fame, found herself surrounded by a relentless darkness that overshadowed her every success. Ngozi, the most grounded, felt the walls closing in, as if she was drowning in her own guilt. One night, as the rain poured down on Lagos, the girls met again, but this time not as friends, but as prisoners of their own choices. They knew deep down that something had to change. The price they had paid was too high, and the weight of their decisions was too much to bear. I can't do this anymore. The money is not worth it. The dreams we had, they are all empty, says Ada. Nkechi also said, the fame, the power, it's all a lie. We've lost ourselves. We've lost everything. Ngozi also said, we need to get out. We need to leave this life behind before it consumes us completely. But as they even made the decision to walk away, the shadow of the rituals loomed over them. The men they had crossed were not the forgiving type. To escape their grip would require more than just living the life. It would require a battle for their souls. The girls attempt to leave the city, but are confronted by Ike and the men from the secret society. As they tried to escape, they were hunted. Ike and his men caught up with them, offering them a choice: continue the path of darkness or face the consequences. Ike told them, you cannot escape what you've signed. Your souls are mine now. Ha 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 ha. But Nkechi and Ngozi had one thing left: the strength to fight back. In the end, it wasn't just about the money or power. It was about reclaiming their humanity. The girls, with the help of a local priest who had once warned them about the dangers of greed, perform a final ritual to break the pact. The girls are now free from the curse, stand outside a church, a symbol of redemption. It was a hard battle, but in the end, the girls are now free. They learned that the price of greed is never worth it. Money and power may come easy, but peace of mind, true happiness, and redemption are the only treasures you should be seeking for. The girls walked into the church, leaving their past behind. Ada, Nkechi, and Ngozi never returned to the street. They rebuilt their lives from the ground up, using their experience to warn others about the dangers of greed and the dark path it can lead you down. Sometimes, the cost of ambition and greed is higher than we can imagine. The pursuit of wealth and power without morality can lead to a path of destruction. True happiness doesn't come from material wealth or fame, but from peace of mind and a life lived with integrity. The end. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, African Stories by Akua.